What's up YouTube? I'm back with another review. I wanted to share with you my Craftsman V20 tools. I've had these for about 6 months now, and so I've used them on a few projects and just wanted to give my impressions. So let's get into it. So first off, what are these Craftsman V20 tools all about? What do I have? And what are they good for? And at the end, I'm gonna give a little secret about why I really like the circular saw. So for starters, I've got a circular saw and a jigsaw. So jigsaw has a small blade, comes with just one blade in the box, pretty aggressive teeth. Now it's easy to swap these out. I haven't swapped it out yet, but it's not bad. You've also got different power settings here on the side. You've got 0, 1, and 2 power and speed. You've got your trigger button as well as a lock. You can use your thumb there. This is a pretty practical tool for all of the purposes you might use a jigsaw for. I used it to cut apart a pallet so I could just throw it in my trash can. That project was very easy with a jigsaw. Now this thing puts out a lot of power, so yes, you can do a small cut, and especially with more of a fine tooth blade, you could have a little more control and do a fine cut with it. But with this blade, and with even on the 0 power setting, this puts out a lot of power, and you're gonna tear the heck out of a board. You know, this is not for fine woodworking. This is not gonna give you a clean cut. You're gonna have tear out on both sides of your board, and it's really not gonna give you a finished edge. You know, if you're cutting 1x4s or 2x4s or something like that. The sole is adjustable. It can turn both directions. It comes with an Allen wrench that's built into the frame of the tool there, so you take that out and you can adjust the sole. It's super practical, and it's affordable for sort of hobbyist type person. So, you know, for the purposes I would use a jigsaw for, totally practical. Alright, so let's talk about the circular saw a little bit. The circular saw I would categorize similarly. So this is a hobbyist level tool. I mean, you know that by the price, and you know that by the power and the blade size. So a note on this blade, it's actually 6.5 inches, whereas a typical plug-in circular saw will be a little bit bigger blade. That'll be a 7.25. This is a 6.5. Now, I have been pleased to find out that you can actually get these blades at all hardware stores. And, you know, this is a red tool. It's not in Milwaukee, but Milwaukee does make their Diablo blades in this size, in a 6.5. So that's going to be the next upgrade that I do on this machine, because those blades are fantastic. I had a chance to use one and I was very impressed. Similar to the jigsaw, this sole can be adjusted. Adjust the angle side to side, as well as the depth of your cut with the sole. So it's really pretty practical. This one also has the integrated Allen wrench that you can just grab, and it stays on the tool. So this is a hobby level circular saw. This is even with 2 batteries, this is not going to last you all day on a job site. I was cutting apart, again, that pallet and some other stuff, some scrap I needed to get rid of, basically for firewood, and you know, I ran out of 1 battery just doing that. So it's, you know, you're not going to be building a deck in a day with this tool and 2 batteries. You need a plug-in saw. You probably need a miter saw on site. This isn't gonna cut it for a project like that. But for the projects that I do, for the little stuff around the house, this is actually way more tool than I need, but it's a power tool and it's fun. Almost everything around here I can do with a handsaw, and I can do in less than 5 minutes. But Hey, maybe I'll fix like one runner on the stairs next summer. It's been on my list for a year now, so I have the tool now, so I can definitely get to it. Yeah, but it's perfectly practical for its purposes. So let's pop in a battery and see what it looks like to run the Jigsaw. Something that both of these tools have, because they're battery based, they have a brake on the motor. So as soon as you let up on the trigger, the blade stops because they want to save as much battery power as possible. Now on a plug-in tool, that blade just kind of runs down and the motor just runs, kind of a slow run down. But this one, it goes and it stops just as fast. Now looking at the circular saw, works the same way. Battery just pops on, there we go, battery just pops in there. This one also has a safety right there on the handle, so you do have to pull that, push that before you hit the trigger. I like the circular saw also has a handle because when this motor switches on, it does give you quite a bit of torque. This one also has a brake, but again, a little bit bigger motor on this, and so it's not quite as fast to stop. Did you notice anything about when I just ran this circular saw? This is the secret. This is the secret that I wanted to share in this video about battery-powered circular saws. Because it's not a universal motor, because they can actually tune this motor to 12 volts, it's a quieter tool. I don't know if you have a plug-in circular saw, but I used to have one. I finally put it on the curb when I got this. That thing used to scream like a banshee. I would have to get my ear protection on. I would have to be outdoors. I would have to make sure it was, you know, in the middle of the afternoon, not too dark, not too early, because I know everyone in the neighborhood is going to hear that I'm using a circular saw. This thing, my neighbor probably didn't even hear that. I think my dryer alarm is louder than this saw. It is so quiet, and for that I love it. You know, I am not out there building sheds or garages on a daily basis, so I don't need a tool with that kind of power. This is perfect for me, and it doesn't scare the crap out of me just to use it to do a small job. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. If you've got ideas, so what I really need for these tools is a good tool bag that can hold both tools, both batteries, and my charger, and a few extra blades that I can just grab and go. Currently I'm using a 5-gallon bucket. That's fine, that works. But they actually don't totally even fit in the bucket. They're kind of sticking out the top. And so something a little better that doesn't have a giant brand on the side. That's what I'm looking for. So if you have an idea, put it in the comments, let me know. Till next time.